Hey everyone, welcome back to Fate Stay Night Remastered. So I have to let y'all know, well, I don't have to, but I'm going to. You can probably tell already in my voice, I'm very, sniffly today. Seasonal allergies have been really kicking my tail the past couple of weeks, and today is just one of the days that it is, but it is unfortunately the only day I have to record anything for a while. So please just bear with me through the sniffles and the whatever else, the strange voice and all that. But the Holy Grail War, it started, and then we were walking home with good old Ren, and then just right before we were obviously about to kiss, definitely not. Berserker and Ilya, her Berserker's servant, or not servant, master, attacked us, so we're gonna continue from there. Run! It's the only thing I can manage to say. My body is completely frozen. That thing cannot be beaten. Saber is going to die. That's why she needs to run. It'd be easy if it was just her that needed to flee. Of course, she knows that perfectly well. I mean, if we get, like, Ren to help her out, I feel like we'll be fine. Granted, Ren doesn't really have any say in this other than, well, no, she probably wants to, you know, not die. Oh, that's not good. My body may be paralyzed, but my mind is still working. The raging storm of death simply won't let up. Saber retreats, unable to block it all. And then the final unblockable blow comes. Saber hangs in the air. Twisting her body impossibly, Saber manages to defend against Berserker's Titanic swing. Do you have an image of that? Nope. Okay. I wanted to see the impossible twist, but I guess it would be impossible to show. It's all she can do to defend herself from the fatal blow. But because she can't completely brace against the giant's tremendous swing, his attack sends her flying. After sailing in a wide arc, she falls to the ground. Just before her back hits the ground, Saber turns in midair and lands on her feet. That sounded like an old man grunting, not a woman. She manages to compose herself, but crimson blood stains her chest. I'm such an idiot. I've completely forgotten something crucial. I don't know how many times servants can fight in a day, but this is Saber's third battle. On top of that, Saber still hasn't healed from the wound Lancer inflicted on her chest earlier. Oh right, because even though it physically disappears, it still, like, hurts their overall being. Saber shifts her guard to protect her chest. Berserker moves in like a violent wind, striking at Saber while she's hampered by her wound. His blows rain down on her back. I thought Ren would help. There's still Eisenberg. I don't know what kind of magecraft Osaka used, but something burst against Berserker's body. It's a magic missile from Dungeons & Dragons. From the amount of magical energy I can feel, the impact must have been equivalent to a large caliber pistol. Pop, 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 pop. Does he just eat it? Oh, it's meaningless. He just... It barely even scratches him. He isn't nullifying magical energy, like what Saber does. The attack just doesn't affect him. He's just the tank. He's just the guy. What? This guy is ridiculously durable. Despite that, Tosaka continues to cast her spell. Berserker just ignores Tosaka's spells and charges at Saber. Yeah, because if he can take Saber, that's kind of his biggest issue. Saber painfully lifts her head. She readies her sword, intent on continuing the fight. The sight of her in so much pain gets me moving again. No! Run, Saber! I can't quite do his voice either. No! Run, Saber! There we go. It's coming back to me now. It just... Gosh, it, like... Because when I do that voice, it's like, it feels like right up in my nose, which just irritates it even more. Oh. I yell with all my might. She hears me. Well, yes, obviously, she hears you. But whether she listens and does it or not is another thing. But she braces herself to confront an enemy she can't possibly compete with. Well, I mean, we haven't seen her noble phantasm yet. Or the berserkers. Berserkers' attacks are relentless. Saber weakens with every block. The end slowly creeps up on her. Where in that small frame of hers does such power come from? Saber doesn't retreat. She endures the great sword's furious attacks, tries to push Berserker back with sheer vigor. She has no chance of winning. Why are you so sure that there's no chance? The Saber class is the most powerful servant class. Granted, she's not fully there because of your shortcomings, but still. Even though she knows her demise is inevitable, she holds her ground adamantly. Maybe it sensed something from her. Oh, I love that language. I love language. Maybe it's, oh yeah, okay, that's what I just did. Monster silent till now suddenly roars. Maybe we'll get to see their noble phantasm. Its attacks are impossible to block. Its attacks rain down on her, though her defense is flawless. But one strike finally sends her flying. Didn't you just say the same thing? Like, we went over this impossible to block, and then she went flying, and then twisted herself, but then blocked. Make up your mind. Is it impossible or not possible? Slam. It's the sound of something falling in the distance. Ooh, that was a pretty fleshy sound that I didn't like. Fresh blood stains her armor. Her small frame shouldn't be able to rise, and yet... Oh, whoa, that's a huge gash. No! She stands up without thinking. Her actions say that she needs to keep going, or else I'll be killed. I mean, yes, that's very true. Her actions. I realize I made a foolish decision. Berserker stops after... What was the foolish decision? Berserker stops after defeating Saber. It doesn't so much as look at Tosaka or me. It just waits for its master's orders. Haha, you can't win. My Berserker is the greatest hero of Greece. Is he Hercules? I'm trying to think. Big buff guy from Greece. But Hercules wasn't real dude, so... What? The greatest hero of Greece? Don't tell me he's... Perseus? Oh, it is Hercules. Heracles, okay. That's right. That demon before you is Heracles. He's the most atrocious monster ever. And he's on a different level than any of the heroes you could summon and handle. The girl calling herself Ilya narrows her eyes in joy, but since he's a berserker class, won't his powers like slowly dwindle? Or at a more rapid rate than other servants, or is that something other servants have to worry about? I can't remember. I remember there's some kind of special rule to the berserkers that they were like really good fighters, but there's a big trade-off later on. Her eyes express elation from the anticipation of finishing off her enemies. There is no need to ask who she is expecting to kill. Saber. Then what will I do? Am I going to fight that monster instead? Brr. Brr. I can't do that. Just getting near that thing without being prepared would be enough to stop my heart. Yes, we get it. You're a coward. What about being a hero of justice and all that? I'm going to... I'll help Saber. I'll take Tosaka and run. Not helping Saber right now sounds awful. Like, I feel like we kind of have to, or else we lose our servant, right? So I'll help Saber. I refuse to abandon someone when they're down. That's how I've always lived my life. Is it? Have you ever seen your friend bleeding out in front of you and thought, yeah, I need to go save them? I thought this was like a first-time deal for you. Is this reoccurring? If so, I'm concerned for you and the friends that you hang out with. And most importantly, I can't leave the girl who fought so hard to protect me. Okay, Berserker. She's going to regenerate, so take her out now. Berserker rumbles back into movement. Why you? I run forward as fast as I can. I can't possibly do anything against that monster, but the least I could do is to get Saber out of the way and save her from Berserker's attack. I thought he was about to just like run up and say, I can't do anything except for maybe like take a hit. And I'm like, I don't think you could take a hit from Big Sword. Oh, dang. I fall. Why? I was going to shove Saber away from Berserker, then I'd figure out what to do afterward. So why? Is he about to die for a third time? Or, well, he only died once, but he's about to die again. God! Why? Why am I on the ground, unable to breathe? Almost like I took a stab. A sword wound. 'Tis a flesh wound. My 'tis a flesh wound video, not saying like go watch it or anything. I'm just saying I was surprised. I really like that thumbnail. I like the title. Just didn't get really any views, but that's okay. That was more of a thinking out loud. I mean, all of this is me thinking out loud, but I try not to make comments like that though. I hear surprised voices. First, the Saber, who is in front of me now. Then there's Tosaka standing at a distance, looking aghast. And then, for some reason, the girl calling herself Ilya stares down at me, dumbfounded. Well, okay, why is even Ilya confused? There's a gaping, ragged hole in the middle of my body. Oh, Joy. I says with Joy's. I'm on the ground. On the asphalt. There's only a little blood considering how big the wound is. I see some withered branch looking things and some shattered stuff. And man, that looks painful. All those parts scattered around. You're probably in shock and you can't feel any of the pain. The way that I read that was so comedic. I felt like I wasn't trying to be, but just wow, that would suck to be him. I get it. How dumb am I? So I didn't make it. I could never have pushed Saber away, so I was just her shield. And then that ungodly huge machete thing took a good chunk out of my stomach. Then why is Ilya surprised? I can't believe I failed at a time like this. I tried my best to be a hero of justice, but I screwed it all up when it really mattered. No. Why? The silver-haired girl's face is blank as she speaks. After standing there dumbfounded, she just says, I've had enough. This is boring. I don't want to play with you anymore. Drops him down, throws him away like he's freaking Woody. She calls Berserker back without finishing Saber off. Rin, I'll kill you the next time we meet. The girl leaves. After she disappears, I completely black out. I lose consciousness. I'm really dead this time. I somehow survived when Lancer killed me last time, but my luck's definitely run out. There's no magecraft that could save a person who just lost half his body. What were you thinking? Don't you know I can't save you anymore? I hear a voice reprimanding me. It must be Tosaka. She sounds like she's really mad, and I feel bad. I feel kind of sad. So, are there paths that I could go down that just results in like actual death, and I just have to back up? But I had no choice. Or does it always continue no matter what? I'm not good at everything like her. All I have to work with is my body. That's why the only thing I could do was to risk it all using my own body. Lose it all. Wait, no. Oh, say, okay, so, yes, I guess. Does it continue from here? Okay, wake up my bed. What? Fate. For partner. Okay. Am I Shira? What? I. So, what? Okay, alright, let's just keep going. We'll see where this leads us. Winter 5 years ago. It was a beautiful moonlit night. I was just enjoying the sight with my father, Shirou Emiya. Okay, so we're still Shiro's point of view. It was winter, but it wasn't very cold. On the veranda, it was just a little chilly, the perfect weather to watch the moon. What's the difference between a veranda and a porch? Shirou didn't go say the word outside much anymore. He rarely went out, and he spent most of his time lounging around the house. Every time I recall this, I still feel regret. I regret how I didn't. I was about to say smear the apple sauce on to his lips. I don't know why that came into my mind, but that's just what I thought of. Why didn't I realize that he was acting the way any creature does when they know their time is almost up?
When I was a boy, I wanted to be a champion of justice.
He blurted it out, just out of nowhere. Not like he was probably having his life flash before his eyes and he's reviewing all memories of his or anything like that. My father, who already seemed like a champion of justice in my eyes, said that as if he were reflecting on a memory. What? You wanted to, so you gave up on it? I asked, unable to completely hide my disappointment. Shirou smiled apologetically and looked up at the distant moon.
Unfortunately, yes. You can only be a hero for so long. It gets harder to call yourself one as you grow up. I wish I'd found that out earlier.
That made sense to me. 10-year-old me. Or 11-year-old. I feel like this wouldn't make sense to a 10 or 11-year-old, but sure. In the context of this story, why not? I wasn't sure why, but if Shirou said it, then it had to be true. Oh well, that's too bad.
Yes, it really is too bad. Ah!
Shirou nodded in agreement, so I just kind of blurted something out as if it were a natural thing to say. Okay, if you can't do it, then I'll do it for you. You can't do anything because you're an adult, but I can. You can leave your dream to me, because I'll make it a reality. The bold promise made my father smile. His face said everything I needed to know. Wait, then what was all the rambling about hero of justice and stuff before, and your dad being a hero of justice and then not actually be... Dude, get your storyline straight, my goodness. Shirou made a long, contended sigh and whispered. By the way, I'm not referring to anything that's happened this episode, I'm referring to stuff that's happened, like, way long ago. Well, like, a few hours ago, I guess game time, but long ago for me.
Ah, that's a relief. Clean up my poop after I die.
There he closed his eyes, and so too his life came to a close. I didn't realize he was actually about to die. He looked so peaceful, like he was just going to wake up in the morning, so I didn't think much about it. Maybe it was because by then I was used to seeing death. On a winter night, the man I called my father looked up at the moon and entered a long sleep. The yard was dead silent, not so much as a single chirp from an insect. I still remember how fiercely my eyes blazed on that bright, clear night. Why are they blazing? That's not normal for eyes to do. For them to be lit asunder. I didn't cry aloud, nor did I feel sad, but tears flowed down my cheek until the moon sank past the horizon. You didn't, like, call ambulance or nothing? You're just like, yep, that's good. Rest in peace, Pops. This happened in the winter 5 years ago. I probably cried 10 years worth of tears in that time, so after that, there's nothing left. Fujine's dad took care of the funeral arrangements, and that's how I ended up living in the Emiya mansion all alone. Kiritsugu passing didn't change anything for me. I was set on becoming a man who champions justice and does what's right, just like my father, so I didn't have time. Wasn't that a change? Wasn't that a new thing? Or are you saying, like, you didn't just sit around and mope? That's right. I never talk about this, but I still remember it. 10 years ago, a man saved me from a fire. He picked up a burned, dying child and carried him out of hell, weeping with joy. I've admired him ever since. Nobody saved me. I couldn't save anyone. In the ruins of the fire, there is only a boy who is saved, and the man who saved him. I know it's trying to be poetic, but I'm really struggling to feel the emotion that I feel like it's trying to give me. That's why I aspire to be like him. Because I took the "in the ruins of the fire" thing and this whole that whole line to be very like literal, and it's like, yeah, there was a boy who was saved and a man who saved him. Congratulations. I know it was supposed to be more sentimental than that, but I was just like, okay, whatever. Granted, some of these things are probably lost in translation. I wanted to become a hero of justice that saves people and doesn't let anyone die. That's who he wanted to be, and he passed this wish on to me before quietly letting the curtain fall. It's only natural for a child to follow in their father's footsteps. Are we about to be, like, reawakened to some magical powers now by, like, being like, oh, yes, I remember this, and then, I don't know, my will just demands I live, and therefore I do, or some crap? Shirou Emiya must become a hero of justice and save someone, the same way that he was once saved. I swore to myself I would do it. I vowed to fulfill the dream of the man I most admired. But honestly, I didn't know how. Taking a sip of tea. What did Kiritsugu mean by doing the right thing and championing justice? How can I grow up fast? You don't need to grow up faster. One thing I have learned is that you can't, like, I wish I grew up slower in so many ways in my life. Is there some magical way to make Kiritsugu's dream of making everyone happy come true? Seriously, what am I supposed to do when I become a master and I can't get the blonde girl with me out of my head? What blonde girl? Did I miss something? Oh, Saber. Okay, sorry. I was like, what blonde girl are you? When I thought girl, I was thinking teenager, not servant. How am I alive? How? I wake up in my room. Something tastes terrible. Probably, yeah, it's the eating of blood. Yeah, definitely. Probably you choking on your own blood. How are you alive? I pulled in my mouth while I slept, and every time I breathed, heavy metallic air filled my lungs. I'm not sure why I feel this way. Almost like you were stabbed and you should have a gaping hole in the middle of your chest right now. You know, like Rengoku style, but here you are. A violent urge to vomit makes me want to go wash my face in the restroom. Okay. I lift myself out of bed. I collapsed over because there's still a hole in my chest, and I went because I literally can't support myself. Dizziness sets my head spinning. Feeling uneasy on my feet, I plant a hand on the wall. I try to move, but it only makes the nausea worse. No, it's more pain than nausea. My body feels sluggish, and my insides seem to churn whenever I move. You have no insides anymore. They're all gone. They were obliterated from you by a huge cleaver from a Greek man. Imagine this is about what it'd feel like if someone forced hot lead down my throat. Ooh, yummy. Imagining that is making me feel like I'm going to run a fever. I wipe the sweat from my forehead and hobble out my room, leaning against the wall. Wash, wash, washy, wash. Okay. Okay, I feel a little better. I wash my face and dry off my sweat-drenched body. Huh? For some reason, my abdomen is wrapped in bandages. Almost like it wasn't there. I swear, if you take it off and there's still a hole there. I have no idea why, but I'll deal with it later. I'm hungry. Did I leave any extra food in the fridge? Do you really not remember anything, dude? I mean, obviously not, but... Do you remember, like... Not anything, like, the events leading up to what caused you to have bandages, but, like, the servant summoning, the magical stuff. Do you remember any of that? Not just the injury. My stomach still feels like it's churning, but my body needs nourishment. Get something light. Or something that'll absorb up all the extra fluids. I suck up the discomfort and keep walking, braced against the wall. The dizziness won't go away, and worst of all, my whole body feels dull. Ow! Ow! I keep moving forward, making pathetic noises along the way. What the heck did I do before I went to bed last night? You fought a man that was like the size of a house, is what you did. I don't remember training strenuously enough to make my entire body ache. I reach the living room. Sakura and Fujine must be at school. There's no signs of breakfast, nor do I see any remnants of Fujine wrecking the place. The living room's quiet, like a typical Sunday. Because it's Sunday! Oh, here's Rin. Morning. Sorry, I came in without asking Emiya. Or not. What? Rin Tosaka is sitting on the floor by the table in the living room. She's so calm, like she owns the place, so much so that I feel like the guest here. Huh? I have no idea what to say, so I plop down on the cushion. You could, you know, ask her on a date. This could be a date. You could cook for her. Actually, you would probably fall over from exhaustion if you tried to do that right now. And then I take a deep breath. Tosaka, why are you... Stop. Stop it. Shouldn't you apologize to me first? I can't move on from last night until you say sorry for what you did. I can't even finish asking why she's in my house. Tosaka's glare is all I need to know how angry she is. She seems upset about something that happened last night. But what exactly? Did we have a one-night stand? Oh, okay. Finally, it's hitting him. What? Wait. I keep on not being able to do the voice. I remember now. Right, this isn't the first time for me to be... Oh, gosh. Hold on. Oh, okay. I'm good now. There was like a sneeze that wasn't a sneeze thing that just happened. Right, this isn't the time for me to be leisurely breathing in the morning air. I tried to help Saber, and Berserker gutted me like a fish. Arg. The nausea returns. A chill grips my entire body as I remember the feeling of having a gaping hole in my body. Wait, that's weird. I should have died instantly. That's weird! Why am I still here? Do you remember now? You did something dang stupid last night. I hope you regret it. Tosaka huffs critically. That kind of ticks me off. Is anyone gonna explain how I'm alive? My brain frozen since seeing Tosaka in my living room finally grinds into action. What are you talking about? I had no choice. Well, sure. It might seem like an idiotic move if you just look at the results, and I definitely meant for it to go better than it did. So I wouldn't say it was a mistake. I return her glare, insisting that I'm not an idiot. You literally just use yourself as a human shield. How did you know you were gonna survive? You didn't. This is all luck. What? Why is she making such a show of sighing at me? If the master dies, the servant disappears too, remember? I can't believe you actually tried to shield your own servant. Listen, if you die, then Saber is gone too. If you wanted to save Saber, you should have thought of another way to do it from a safe distance. Honestly, do you realize how pointless it is to risk your own life for your servants? Baka. I wasn't shielding her. I was just trying to get her out of there. I didn't think that would happen to me. If you run between you, or not you can't run between you and you. If you run between the person being attacked and the attacker, odds of you getting a wound inflicted to you go up drastically. So, fine. Then you had the wrong idea. Sokka only looks more irritated, like she knows exactly what I'm thinking. I'll be straight with you, Emiya. I didn't take you to the church so that you could win. I was just trying to give you a chance to survive because you literally don't know anything. You're so helpless, you're so pathetic. Ah, Baka. It sounds like you still don't get it. A chance to survive? Yeah, I figured you wouldn't take risks or really do much if you knew defeat meant death, but it looks like you're the kind of person to walk out at night even in a situation like this. I thought that if I scared you straight, you wouldn't throw your own life away for someone else, and if you're lucky, you'd make it until the end. That didn't cross my mind. But why are you upset? What does me dying have to do with you? It does seem, whoa, it does? Made you worry? Oh, I made you worry, did I? Huh? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It has everything to do with me because you made me worry all night long. Oh, I love the pout. Tosaka is practically throwing a tantrum. But okay. It actually feels good to have someone worry about me. From her tone, it sounds like Tosaka is the one who took care of me. Yeah, I mean, she did, like, re-alive you once. It seems like after trying to keep you alive the one time, it's probably a good idea. Or, like, emotionally, she's like, I have to keep this stupid idiot alive. Is that so? Guess I owe you one, Tosaka. Thanks. I bow my head in appreciation and apology. As long as you understand, if you've learned your lesson, then use your head next time. Oh, I should have let him hit my head. No, that's not what I was telling you. Tosaka quickly turns away. She might still be edgy. I don't think she's edgy, but I feel like she's in a bit. Oh, okay, you meant edgy like a mood, not like, tonight will be the night that I will fall for yo. Then we're done with what happened last night. Let's get down to it then. Do you want to talk business or talk about yesterday? Can we please talk about why there is not a giant gaping hole in my chest? How did you do that? Tosaka prompts me matter-of-factly. Her straightforwardness takes me off guard, but now that I think about it, she must be here only because she has something to discuss. If she hadn't had something to discuss, she'd have gone home already. Also, where's Saber? Tosaka's my enemy, so what could she have to talk about that would prompt her to stay in enemy territory? She could want an ally. I'm curious to know what she's thinking, and I also want to know what else happened last night. I have to ask anyway, so... talk about... What do you mean? Start with the serious stuff. I have a bad feeling I don't want to hear either of them. Let's go serious. Hold on. I'm curious about her flowchart here. Okay, this was... Okay, we made a decision. Whoa, okay. Wait, what would have... How would this have been different? Whoa, I didn't realize we could zoom out. Okay, that makes going back and forth easier. Oh, and that also, it also shows, does it, wait, yeah, because this is day in, these dash lines. I never noticed that before. I didn't really pay attention to it. Okay. And then we had our 3 options, and then we're about to go down this way. Okay. Sorry, I just got curious. I'm more curious why Tosaka is still here. Okay, I want to hear about the serious stuff first, the real serious stuff. Tell me why you're still hanging around. Fine. Then I'll begin with the conclusion. Huh? What was that? For a fleeting second, Tosaka looked repulsed. I don't know why she would be. Then I'll be frank. What do you plan to do next? Tosaka asked the one question I hoped she wouldn't. Actually, that's not entirely true. It's not that I don't want her to ask so much as I haven't really thought of. I was about to say, you don't have an answer to this. What am I going to do now? It's the question I want to ask. To be honest, I don't know. I know there's a competition for the Holy Grail, but I've never been in a battle between mages. For one thing, I don't think I want to die anymore. More than anything, I want to avoid any killing. Oh, killing people? I'm not interested in something like the Holy Grail. Maybe he'll, like, resign to protecting Rin or something and being, like, her bodyguard. And trying to get her to win somehow. If he doesn't want to, like, actively kill people. I don't really know if I can risk my life for something I don't want. I knew you'd say something like that. I'll have you know that your servant will kill you for saying that sort of thing. What? Kill me? Why? Because the servants are also seek the Holy Grail. One of the conditions for them allowing a master to summon them is getting a chance at the Holy Grail. The Grail is the servant's #1 priority. They'll obey the masters if it gives them a chance at the Grail, and sometimes they'll even die for their masters. Try saying you don't want the Grail to your servant. You can't blame her if she calls you a traitor and cuts you down where you stand. Well, we like have so little of a relationship with Saber. I wonder if us like trying to save her improved our relationship. I mean, not that it was bad. It was just there's just nothing going on. She's so, I don't know. Not bland. Bland's not the right word. Mute at the moment. What the heck? That doesn't sound right. Servants are the ones who are summoned by masters, right? Then, did you think servants would really serve humans for free? Whoever acquires the Grail gets their wish granted, whether that's a master or their guardian servant. Oh! I didn't realize the servants had a say in this too. Or like, wait, how would they get it? The servants have wishes of their own. That's why they respond to summons that would otherwise be, at best, unreasonable. Masters don't summon servants to help them get the Holy Grail. Servants answer the master's call to have a chance at the Holy Grail. The servants have wishes too. Does that mean Saber also has a wish she wants granted by the Holy Grail? That's why servants will go out and eliminate other masters, even without being ordered to. Only one person can get the Holy Grail. They won't allow it to fall into the hands of anyone other than their own master. So what would allow a servant to get it over their master if the master was like, hey, I don't want it, you go for it, kind of a thing? Like in Rin's case, she's not wanting anything, she's just kind of wanting to win for the sake of winning. Would she then be able to go like, hey, Archer, take this? Unlike masters, servants don't have the power to take away command spells. The only way they can neutralize other masters is by killing them. So, even if the master has no intention of fighting, conflict is inevitable. Masters attacked by a servant need to fight them off with their own servant. Kirei told you plenty of times about how that is at the heart of the Holy Grail War. Yeah, he told me enough of that last night. Please, let's just stop talking about the Holy Grail War over and over again. It's only been explained so many times to me, I don't think I could stomach another time. But explain it one more time for me. That means that servants must fight and kill each other. I thought it would have been enough as long as the masters made peace with each other and gave up the Holy Grail, but if servants answer the summons because they also seek the Holy Grail and will never give up until they have it, then battles between servants really are inevitable. I am the inevitable, the underminer. Wait, no, that's the wrong quote. But then, is the girl who fought so hard to protect me also here to fight, kill for, and maybe die, all for the Holy Grail? She's just here for bragging rights, brother. At least as far as we know. Based off of the prologue. That's awful. I don't know exactly what a heroic spirit is, but Saber's human. I even saw her bleed yesterday. Oh, don't worry about that. Servants aren't mortal, so if they die, they'll just go back where they came from. Heroic spirits are phenomena. So they can't die. Only masters can actually get killed when they lose a fight. No, I mean, even if their deaths are figurative, it doesn't change the fact that something which takes the form of a human dies in this world. Oh, aren't you noble? What? You have some hang-up with killing? You've got some nerve calling yourself a mage with morals like that. I mean, I don't think he started doing magecraft for the purpose of killing, to be fair. Tosaka's right. As a mage, death is never far. I understand that fact, and I've long since resigned myself to it. Well, you've long since resigned yourself to it because you thought you'd be the one killing yourself through your own practices. But I'm not strong enough to be the judge of when and where other people should live or die. Of course I do. I won't be party to some war where people murder each other. Oh, really? So you're just going to sit and wait to be killed? You're going to just hand the victory to some other master? I thought Shirou was already pretty resolved about participating because of what Hirei had told him regarding if someone else wins, the results might be pretty horrific like they were 10 years ago. That's not my point. All I have to do is to stay alive until the end, right? I don't intend to kill anyone, but I'm also not going to hold back if I need to defend myself. Someone who shows up ready to kill others can't complain about getting killed. Okay, so he's at least willing to take up self-defense. He's a real, I've not seen Vinland Saga, I only know the meme. The main character who's Thorfinn. I don't know his name. That goes, I have no enemies. That whole thing. That embodies, or Shirou embodies that. So you're gonna play defense? You're just going to watch and see what the masters do? Even if that thing from yesterday goes around killing everyone in town, you'll just ignore it. The thing from yesterday.
You remember me? I'm Hercules.
That twisted inhuman demon. Why did I give this dude such a dumb voice? He doesn't even talk, he just goes. It's strong enough to level a house with a single blow. If it set its mind to it, I'm sure it could destroy all of Miyama overnight. To make matters worse, servants can turn into spirit form. Humans who lack the ability to sense the supernatural can't even see them. I mean, I don't think Berserker would destroy the town overnight. Because the whole, like, Mages Association not wanting mages to be found out would prevent, or would have Ilya prevent that from happening. But as soon as servants materialize, they can interact with the physical world. You could say that they're the ultimate weapons. No modern technology or weaponry can affect a spiritual form. Our attacks don't work on them, but they can hurt us. It's a depressingly one-sided arrangement. From a normal person's point of view, servants may as well be natural disasters. That's a good way of putting it. When people die to an invisible killer, those deaths will just be treated as accidents or natural causes, just like the accident the other day. Maybe he's about to have a realization about that. What do you mean? Don't masters and servants only attack other masters? What do the people in town have to do with it? If only the world were so peaceful. If that was the case, then we wouldn't need Kirei to play referee. Wait, so if someone steps out of bounds, how does Kirei do something about it? I should have mentioned this sooner, but servants are spirits. Their forms are complete static, so they do not grow. But they will need magical energy as fuel. When they are provided with more magical energy, they're able to use more of the special abilities they had while they were alive. That's not unlike us mages, actually. Do you see what I'm getting at? Yeah, so they take the energy of other people, hence what Lancer and his master was trying to do with our school. Yeah, it's like repeatedly using magecraft. Gosh, my nose, y'all. I've been doing fine up until this point, and then like all of a sudden my nose was just like, ha! Someone just punched you in the face. Bah! Magical energy is like gunpowder. The mage is the gun itself. Like how there are different guns. Pistols, rifles, shotguns. Mages all have a variety of abilities. To continue the metaphor, servants are more like artillery cannons than firearms. Okay, that was a big step up. They burn a huge amount of gunpowder to launch massive shells. That's right. Or why did I do the boy voice? That's right. But servants can't draw mana from the atmosphere like us. They generally run out on the magical energy within them. It's our job as masters to supplement that energy. Their power is limited by their own energy supply, plus whatever their masters give them. That means a half-baked master like you has no chance against a more capable master, right? Yes, thank you again for pointing out how weak I am. Very, very thoughtful. Very cutesy, very demure. One very obvious solution to that hurdle is to have your servant acquire magical energy from other sources. Servants are spirits, so they can eat similar stuff for sustenance. Huh? Eating something similar? You mean other spiritual bodies? But what kind of spirits would they eat? Humans. Humans? Oh, okay. Or, I guess, anything in nature. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Nose, calm down. Don't do it. I'm surprised I've not sneezed this entire time. That'd be... I don't even know if it would pick up on the mic. It would just cap it out. I sneeze really loud. Simple. Spirits of nature can take in power from nature itself. So what do you think servants who are human spirits get power from? Oh, okay, well... Oh, it really is an easy question. Just as we eat meat, human spirits like servants have to eat human spirits. Correct. To be fair, the magical energy supply for masters chosen by the Holy Grail should be enough in most cases. But shouldn't it be obvious that they gain more energy by getting it from more than one person? Bluntly speaking, inferior masters have to feed other people to their servants. Please don't tell me that I'm gonna have to do that, because I don't think Shirou would really vibe with that. I don't know if I personally vibe with that. Servants can convert souls and primal human emotions into magical energy. If you want your servant to get stronger, that's the most efficient way. It's not rare for masters to sacrifice humans to their servant. Sacrifice? Are you saying there might be masters out there who go around killing people to make their servants stronger? If they're not choosy about their methods. Sone? Gosh. Nose. Stop. Don't do it. But maybe I can see a smart master doing something like that. No matter how strong a servant is, they're still limited by energy capacity. They can't store any energy above a hard limit, so there's only so much they can benefit from mass murder. So like a battery. For one thing, the association won't just turn a blind eye to someone going around murdering people, but more importantly, the other masters will be able to figure out the servant's abilities and identity based on the victim's cause of death. That, and they'll work out the other master's identity too. Concealing your identity in a Holy Grail war gives you a big advantage, so any normal master would be unwilling to use their servant. Girl, this is so much of an info dump. We gotta back up. I get it. If you don't let anyone know you're a master, then the other masters won't attack you. Conversely, if the other masters know who you are, you're just asking to be ambushed. It stands to reason that no one would be reckless enough to let their servant attack civilians and risk getting exposed. Hence why Lancer just kind of attacked on his own, but we're found out. Well, Ilya revealed herself. That's kind of odd. I don't know why she did that. Maybe because she was going... It would have been 1-on-3 otherwise, so going 2-on-3 even things out a bit. Well, that's a relief. As long as a master doesn't order it, servants shouldn't indiscriminately attack people. Probably not. They're probably supposed to be heroes. After all, I don't think there are any heroes who would attack innocent people, though I can't say that for sure. I mean, Heracles, he seemed to be pretty willing. Not that he was close to actually doing anything like that, but just, just first impressions matter. And my first impression of him is he's a monster. Plenty of them become heroes through sheer violence. Tosaka just casually raises a truly terrifying point. That she sounds genuine about it rather than sarcastic or ironic tells me how much of a realist she is. Yeah, all these guys are legendary because they've killed a lot of people, not because they stayed inside and read a book. Anyway, that's what I wanted to check with you. So now you understand servants, right? Masters aren't the only ones who want to win the Holy Grail War. Now that you're involved, you have an obligation to control your servant. Yay, thank you for the info dump that's lasted the last 40 minutes. Have we really been at this? Wow, oh my gosh. Been sitting in this one room. Had a whole nother Kire Kita Mine Kita Poopy moment. An obligation to control my servant. So I need to ensure my servant doesn't attack people, as well as other servants. I don't take Saber as the one to attack other people willy-nilly. Granted, she almost killed Red, so there's that. So do you understand the situation you're in now? Okay, then I'm going to move on to the subject of your wounds and such. Do you remember what happened to you last night? Well, I remember and all, but, how am I alive? I ran over to Saber, and Berserker literally tore my guts out. I lost consciousness, so I don't know why I'm alive, let alone what happened after that. Again, the whole, at least for me, why am I alive, would be the most pressing question I'd have. I thought so. Before we get back to the main issue here, let me explain what happened. Sighing in displeasure, Tosaka begins a brief explanation of what happened last night. Is it brief? Is it going to be brief? Will it really be brief? Apparently Berserker left right after I lost consciousness. Afterwards, my body started to heal on its own. What? Okay. So I am a magical genius, and I'm just... What? Okay. Heal on its own was back to normal after a few minutes. I was still unconscious, so Tosaka brought me here, and the rest was as I remember it. Why did I need the band-aids, though? If there were no open wounds, why did I need band-aids? What's important here is that you managed to survive on your own. I might have helped a bit, but it was your power that healed your wound, so don't get that twisted, okay? How did I do that? How did I just regenerate a huge hole in my chest? That's what it sounds like from the way you told it. So you aren't the one who healed me. Yes, you healed you. Somehow. No way! I can't revive someone on the verge of death. What was I supposed to do about your intestines scattered on the pavement? Jeez. I don't really have an answer to that. No! My stomach is back to normal. Yes, but I'm honestly still dubious about what Tosaka said. Try eating something, see if it actually passes all the way through, if it just plops out through a hole in the middle of your back. I guess there is a hole in the middle of your back, which would be called your butthole. By middle of back, I meant like in the middle of like your thoracic spine area. I can't even use any healing magecraft, much less raise the dead. Which means it must be your servant. Either your servant is pretty powerful, or something happened when you summoned them. I think it's both, actually, but you must be connected by some line. Maybe I did get stronger. I just want to know, did I get stronger or not? And how did I even summon Saber? Which has been a burning question that we haven't even answered. We could have just asked, like, any of these people. Our priorities are so all over the place. Line? You mean some sort of faded line that connects a familiar and its mage? Oh, so you do have some knowledge of familiars. Then this should be easy. It means your relationship with Saber is not just an ordinary master and familiar relationship. Saber can evidently regenerate too, so our power might be flowing into you. Oh, so I'm only powerful because Saber is powerful. Okay. Normally, the mage's ability are shared with their familiar, but in your case, the familiar's abilities are helping the master. So it's like a river flowing upstream. Gosh. That's a good way of putting it. Normally, that wouldn't be possible, but Saber's magical energy must be powerful enough to change the flow of a river. Otherwise, there's no chance she'd be able to go up against Berserker with the tiny frame of hers. It wouldn't normally be possible. Does that mean your relationship with Archer is a normal mage and familiar relationship? Uh-oh. I thought she was about to be like, no, we're best friends. We're tiny. That's right. He doesn't listen to a word I say, but that's our relationship. Actually, he literally has to listen to every word you say because of the command spell you put on him. The connection between master and servant is like gas in an engine. We provide the energy for them to consume. Though I've read that a master once required pseudo-immortality by physically fusing with their servant. No, I didn't mean to click that. No, where's my backlog? How do I... Ah, no, where's the backlog? No, take me back. Crunchyroad. Okay, there we go. Though I've read that a master once acquired pseudo-immortality by physically fusing with their servant, they wouldn't die as long as their servant doesn't die. Are you listening, Emiya? I wonder if this happens in this series, for this to be brought up. Alright, huh? Yeah, I am. Then Tosaka, does that mean my body will heal from injuries even if I don't do anything about them? At the cost of your servant's magical energy, I don't know how it works, but it definitely has something to do with Saber being stuck in material form. I don't think you've learned any curses of natural regeneration. Why does Louis keep on playing high on life? Of course not. My old man never taught me something that complicated. That's not what I mean. I'm saying I wouldn't have had to worry this much if it was true. Never mind, this doesn't concern you. Doesn't it? Huh? Why'd the music cut out and get so serious? What does she mean? I wonder why Tosaka's being so roundabout. I'm wondering the same. Anyway, just don't do anything rash. You might have survived this time, but you might not live to tell the tale next time you get hurt like last night. It's probably best you just ditch the notion that any small wound will heal on their own. I know. Saber had to help me because I went and got myself hurt. I don't have any excuses for that. Baka ne. That's not the point, dummy. Let me be clear. It costs more than Saber's magical energy to heal your wounds. You're giving something up when it happens. Whether that's your life, your luck, or even your bank account. You can bet that kind of healing doesn't come cheap. Okay, so it's transactional. We get it. All right. With that, I'm going to go blow my nose repeated times, and I'm going to keep on recording. But I will see you guys in the next episode. Again, apologies about the sniffling and stuff. I mean, I can't help it. I don't know why I'm apologizing, but I know it doesn't make for a pleasant experience, probably. I don't know. You may find it great. You could be a not a masochist. I mean, I'm hurting you. Maybe I am hurting you because my voice is that irritating. Anyway, this is a very weird outro. Bye, guys. Bye.